Hi, Murphy Elementary. It's Sarah, the Comtree counselor. So on your, excuse me, on your reflections from the training, there was a lot on there. A lot of you had said you wanted more ideas for the sensory stress baskets. So I'm a very visual person, and I thought what I would do is just make a video, and the principals can share it with you, and you can actually see for yourself some ideas. These are things that I carry with me in therapy, and I use them and give them to kids K through 12. And they use them while we're talking. They use them as fine motor sensory output. So the first thing that I have is one of these. My kids and I made these at home. It's in like a Gatorade bottle with glue and water, and it has glitter and beads. These are really cool for younger kids. You can make all by yourself. Also, any kind of silly putty. You can stretch, tear it. You can also, with silly putty, take kids' scissors and you can have them cut, because that will help to release in the hands as well and get out frustration. So you can do a lot of things with silly putty. I also have these. This is like 3 of them that are all connected together, but some of them have bumps on them. These are called Tangles. Now, they're about $4 for a one at Target. But these you can twist, you can pull them apart. They're kind of hard to connect for some kids or adults. So these are really good little fidgets. They're sensory. They can wrap them around their fingers, around their hands, things like that. So these are called Tangles, and there's different kinds. Some of them have bumps, some of them are smooth. You can get those at Target. I also really like this Brainy Putty. I have this one, which is, it's heat activated and it changes. So as kids put it in their hand and they pull it apart and stretch it, pound it, poke at it or whatever, it will change colors, which is kind of a visual sensory along with the touch sensory. So these Brainy Putties are really good too, and they don't dry up like slime and stuff. Blocks are a really good thing as well. You can use any kinds of blocks. I usually bring 2 types of blocks with me. I use just plain old Legos. You can use Legos of any size. The fact that kids are like pushing on the blocks, they can rub on the blocks using their fine motor skills and taking their focus from whatever else to just one thing. That's a really good sensory tool. And I have magnetic blocks as well. These are from orientaltrading.com, and they're little teeny tiny ones. They're little magnets that form together with little balls. I also have mag formers at home for my kids. They're the bigger ones, and they are kind of pricey though. These are not that pricey. But even if you have, foam blocks or whatever. Another idea is some Play-Doh with, if you can see in here, it just fell out, beads. You can have the kids put things, it doesn't have to be beads, it could be characters, it could be the blocks inside the Play-Doh, and try to find it. That's another really good sensory tool. It's very easy. A lot of teachers have Play-Doh available to them as well. Gum, which I'm chomping on right now. I know that's kind of a tough one because it can be a pain. But gum is an oral sensory along with anything like a mint, a sucker, Jolly Rancher, or something like that. It does give oral sensory. A lot of kids who talk or they're chewing on their sleeves. I give these out a lot in therapy. They're those little dissolving mints. Their peppermint kind of helps to stimulate the brain, refocus. Plus, you can also do smelling, tasting, listening activities to calm the mind and bring back focus. You could do this as a whole group. Talk about what it looks like. What does it taste like? What's it sound like? Does it smell like? All of those kinds of things. You can use that as a calming technique. A lot of teachers that I know also give mints out before tests because peppermint helps to refocus the mind if you're kind of into like essential oils and things. So that's another really good one. Also, for oral sensory, any type of allowing your students to hydrate, have a water bottle, using a straw is really, really a great idea. Also, hydration helps to keep, kids focused, as a lot of them don't get a lot of water. Here's another idea. This is something that I recently made. It's those sequins that flip back and forth. I use this, again, K to 12, and kids love this. It's visual, it's tactile. You can kind of be creative with it. You can find these, this one I made, but it's just a picture frame with a piece of fabric. But you can find these little characters or keychains. I've even seen like little mini keychains with those on there for kids as well. So you can also use Velcro. Velcro is another really good one. Soft side, there's the rough side to the Velcro too. We used to have little pieces of leftover carpet squares in my old office, and kids sometimes would set that in their desk and they could rub on it, or you could, rub on that like this in a sensory area too. So hopefully those are some ideas, some things that maybe you could find laying around or somebody might have, and you won't have to spend a whole lot of money on it. And maybe that would help a little bit with getting your sensory stress baskets up and running. You can also take paper that you want to recycle. Some kids just like to tear stuff up. You could have them be shredders, and they could shred the recyclable paper. Some kids like the sound of that, and they like tearing things. They just need to get out some aggressive tendencies. So those are my suggestions. Of course, I'm in your building on Fridays. If you want some more ideas or want to talk to me about some things, I would be happy to help. And you can always email me too, smcgrath@comtrea.org. I hope you guys have a really good first week back. Bye.